لا تنسوا الإعجاب بالفيديو والاشتراك في القناة.
Announcer said would have been first in the turnstile tonight.
You know, we have plenty of the ball. That's just how Frank would like us to be. And maybe the intervention now and then from the Bohemians to change things slightly.
A chance for Wright, the trialist, to make a good early impression here. Goodness me, nearly did, didn't he?
Well, as a
so wide.
As a trialist, you've got to score, Matt. You know, that might be his only chance he gets. But what an opportunity. He's found the space nicely. I mean, it's a nice little ball here. Not really quite dealt with by Dujon, but he gets an opportunity there. A slight drop-off from Azpilicueta, which gives him an opportunity and a bit of space to maybe pick out that bottom corner.
In squad, and been at EFL clubs predominantly, and worked their way back to Ireland. This is Kennedy. Had a go, it's broken for Batshuayi, and he gets Chelsea off and running inside 8 minutes. The kind of goal that he's made a career on. Kennedy set it up for him, and Batshuayi bashed it in.
Do you know what I like about this goal, Matt? I mean, okay, it's the first goal of our pre-season, but Kennedy does well. You know, he's brave and he's strong enough to hold off a couple of challenges and still get his shot away with a few players there. The ricochet goes in Batshuayi's favour. Having said that, there's a big, strong physical challenge coming in here, and he just brushes him off with ease. Absolutely no problem for Mishi, and he just buries it with, well, that's so. We don't very often see Pedro take free kicks from this sort of distance. I think they call this authority.
No David Luiz or Willian yet. Here's Pedro. He might not take nowhere in terms of his Chelsea career, and he ended up as a key player in a Premier League winning side. Batshuayi trying to get in again here, and just about held off on the right side of the law by James Finnerty. Right, he's had a bright start to the game. I fancy another go here. He was selfless instead and slightly overhit his pass. Caballero concedes a corner. Sterling with a mistake there from Graydon. Pedro moving it on for Gallagher. Batshuayi wants it, just behind him.
That's unlucky. You know, I think Connor's done well there, because Batshuayi was a difficult pass, so he's gambled a little bit more where possibly could he get it.
Often get the first game of pre-season. That's the benefit of playing somebody in the thick of their campaign, I suppose. Pedro looking to feed Batshuayi, bit too much on it.
Well, that's right. I mean, we said about the sharpness of the Bohemian side.
Good shape on his cross.
It's not a bad ball, is it? And again, you know, we look at.
The top will run through to Caballero. He was first corner of the night for the Blues. Hot swinger from Pedro. For Gerhi to get on the end of.
On board, and hopefully it produces something as it might do here.
There's Palmer. Can he get the shot off?
A break or respite to give you a breather, because the way Chelsea have played here, and there we see it again from Danny Drinkwater, so sharp in the challenge, and you've got to get used to it.
Great run. Batshuayi, and then Gallagher was running onto it. Wanted to clip it into the roof of the net from a leg run into the box, Lampard style, but didn't quite get his angles right.
Well, that's what you get, and that's the way Chelsea are, isn't it? They've pressurised in midfield, won the ball quickly. Danny's done really well. This little part to Batshuayi was a difficult one. Batshuayi does well, just again putting it back into that area. And you know, we were saying before, Matt, about players arriving in the box. We said it wasn't happening in those early stages, and there we see both Pedro and Connor.
Shifted it, found room for the shot. Again, it was blocked before it could do any damage. Again, on he goes, and still angle his shot right. But I'll tell you what,
there's a
play. Andrews picked it up, options right and left, encouraged to shoot by the crowd, so he did, and it stung the palms of Caballero, and he found it too hot to handle.
That's the difference, Matt. We talk about Andrew and Andre Wright. There's the difference. A little bit of extra quality, but it's a great touch there in midfield as well to set up this opportunity, and that's the difference. You know, it's got a little bit of room, smashes it really well, bang on target, too close to Willy Caballero, but forced him into making a save. That's what Andre Wright needs to be doing.
And Ian Martin, who are under 18 and under 23 players. That's a lovely ball from Lewis Baker to find Piazon. A decent cutback for Billy Gilmore, who hit the side of the net rather than the back of it, but there's just a little glimpse of what he can do.
He's good at this, Billy, isn't he? Arriving late in the box, which is we know. Great pass that. Cut through the Bohemians' defence. Lucas does well initially because he's just holding up the play, waiting for the support. Unfortunately, the cutback, you see the ball bobbling, it's just not crisp enough for him and not probably far back enough for Billy to get the best of contacts, but does his best to try and steer it on target. Unfortunately, it's the side netting, but nice, bright start. Pass from Lewis Baker there, and we know that the ability he's got with both feet to be able to make those cutting passes. Let's hope we see a bit more because he has got some tremendous ability on the ball.
Or Brown, not bad effort that first time.
It's a difficult one to take as well. It's just bobbling, isn't it? Just bending into that far top corner if he could. Just comes off the line. There's a little 1-2 with Piazon, and now we see the ball just bobbling a little bit, which makes it even tougher, but still willing to take on the chance.
Just have a Chelsea first team appearance doing central striker in the second half of Bo. A great header away. Break for Bakayoko. Good hit, that deflection on it made it difficult and made it actually a pretty good save from James Talbot.
Super strike, isn't it? Really gets hold of this. Bakayoko, the timing of the half volley is superb. There's a difficult technique at the best of times, but really does strike this well. Good save. You see him just hovering around the edge of the box, but just bounces nice for him and just takes it on nice and early. Probably can. 6 minutes in, not seen him on the ball yet.
Had just enough on it because Talbot was alert, and Brown's had a good start.
He's done well there, is he? Done really well.
One back by Gilmore. Here's Piazon. Good ball back to Gilmore. Waited for the opportunity to get the shot away and drew another good save from Talbot. Just a little sign of the composure that Billy Gilmore's got there. Didn't want to lash at it first time and tested the goalkeeper and drew a save.
Yeah, it's a good pass from Piazon on this occasion, but he just sets it up on his right foot. I love the change of foot there, just to change it from his right to his left foot and still not trying to get the shot away. Doesn't quite get the power.
Baker misread that one. Opportunity here for Devaney, the new substitute. Maybe not quite warmed up to the face of the game.
Yeah, Lewis Baker accepts his mistake there, giving the ball away cheaply, and then he knows areas that when you play in the Premier League you can't afford against any side to give the ball away. And only on this occasion, maybe not ready for the game and walks, but he has to keep going. He has to be dogged in the way that he plays his game, and of course
Piazon's done well. It's Gilmore. Bo up there with him. Gilmore going alone. Now he needs some help. Chelsea throw.
Very good support. Nice to see Bo in that 6-yard box with Brown.
Olivier Giroud. This goes on and on. Weber gets the block in. Bohemians looking for a leveller as we head to Baker. It's a good ball for Brown, who took it out of the air with some quality. Gilmore shifting it, found room for the shot which was deflected. Easy for Talbot.
Yeah, another good ball, wasn't it? Kauai won this game 6-0, then I think that'd be disappointing. So to win the game, if we do by a goal to nil, will be enough because the opposition haven't scored.
Good defending there from Martin.
Made the right decision, hasn't he? Under a little bit of pressure, and there's a young man in there. Got himself into a good position to make sure he gets the ball away. Seen a couple of good deliveries coming from wide from Bohemians, and I think maybe on another day you can see them scoring goals.
He's played out wide instead. Eventually the effort does come in. And coming, went scrambling, and had it been a foot or so lower, he might well have beaten him.
It was a good strike, wasn't it? He really gets good contact on this, but has been afforded the space to get the shot away. Looking forward with the final strike, which was really decent. Little things like this are really not too pleasing.
Great opportunity here, and it is 1-1. Eric Malloy, head over heels. What a trial it's turned out to be for him. A cameo appearance, and the trialist levels up right at the end.
They talk about taking your opportunities, Matt. We talked about the first half and performances from lads who get an opportunity, Andre Wright being one of them. And now this time, another trialist, Eric Malloy, with a superb finish. But the build-up play was good. We gave the ball away initially there. Got two players, got sucked in, Lewis Baker and Bakayoko. But that pass was decent. First touch was superb, but the finish was good too. And they'll be pleased with that, Dean. And disappointing for us, of course. As we go back to the scoreline, always not that important at this stage of the pre-season.
Tell you what, that's pretty important to him.